Ladies and gentlemen, hey, hi, how you doing? Welcome back to the channel. Thank you so much for stopping by. Coming up in Warzone and Modern Warfare 3 in just a few days time, we've got our next major update dropping, known as Season 5 Reloaded, or the mid-season update for Season 5. With this, we are going to have a full-on new title update that, of course, everyone is going to have to go through and download and spend a bunch of time copying. And then after you download it, you're going to get hit with an update requires restart, and you're going to start questioning everything like I do every single time we have a major update. But then alongside that, once you actually get into the game, there's going to be new content, new gameplay changes, plenty of updates to experience. And today I'm breaking down everything we currently know about the Season 5 Reloaded update, because there's actually quite a bit coming with this patch in and of itself. So as of right now, pending any major delays or issues with the update itself, we should be seeing Season 5 Reloaded drop on August 21st. That's according to the in-game countdown timer on the classified battle pass section, and everything lines up with that with the seasonal update as we know it, with how many weeks it's going to last, and the general countdown timer on the battle pass as well. So mark your calendars accordingly. August 21st, we should see the full update going live. And then in the days prior to that, we should see a full-on actual reveal for Season 5 Reloaded, breaking down all the content in depth. Probably also will review a few other additional things that weren't initially talked about in the first Season 5 reveal blog. However, even though the update and the actual reveal for said update is still a little ways out, we've already got a lot of confirmations for Season 5 Reloaded across multiplayer, zombies, Warzone, then the collective game as well, with universal content that'll be available in all modes. So let's go mode to mode, and then we'll go through the universal content. Starting with multiplayer, we actually have a decent amount of pretty fun content dropping with Season 5 Reloaded. We do have one more cell-shaded map variant dropping. We of course have Cell Ship, which is like the daytime shipment. Very Borderlands-like art scheme going on there. Yard is also a cell-shaded map as well, but we've got Ink House coming with Season 5 Reloaded, and this is obviously just Stash House, but it's cell-shaded, so it looks pretty cool in my opinion. That'll be coming as a map variant, so it'll just be in like the general mix of map rotations there, and you can play that in various different modes. Then speaking of modes, we've got a lot of these coming with Season 5 Reloaded. I don't think we're going to see all of them drop right away when the update drops on the 21st, but rather, on a week-to-week basis throughout the remainder of Season 5. But Fishfection is coming, and if you think that name sounds weird, honestly, I'm right there with you, but this is infected. However, the infected have fish heads. So everyone's the same fish head operator skin, and the people hunting you actually have spears and bows. So it's kind of like primal hunting in infected. Going to be an interesting variant of it for sure. Going to be very goofy to watch gameplay from this, that's a fact. We also have a paintball mode coming that's actually like pretty realistic paintball based on the description they gave us in a dev call a while back. All the weapons have splatter effects, so it's like you're actually shooting paintballs. It's going to have paintball velocity. All the operators are going to be dressed up in like paintball realistic gear and whatnot, so kind of a fun twist on standard multiplayer gameplay there. It's also like one shot and you're out, so semi like hardcore health in a sense, I guess you could say. We've got Defuse or Destroy, which is basically search and destroy, except for when the round starts, the bombs are already planted, so it's just a race against the clock there. And then Cyber Attack is going to be returning. Obviously, this is a fan favorite mode from back in MW 2019 initially. There's been a lot of requests to bring that back, and Sledgehammer is fulfilling that request and introducing this in the mid-season update. Shifting focus over to zombies, there's also a lot going on here. Pretty much all the final major updates for Modern Warfare Zombies for this entire year, all the way until Black Ops 6 drops, are happening with Season 5 Reloaded. So we are going to see our final story mission take place. There's also going to be a new Dark Ether Rift. Then we have a handful of new schematics dropping as well. So here we've got the Disciple Bottle, which allows you to spawn in a friendly Disciple. Grenade Bandolier, which is basically just restock. You get to restock your lethal and tactical equipment. And then a Stash Increase schematic, so you can get your stash all the way up to 30 slots. And definitely helpful if you're always hoarding different loot that you get out of a zombies run. So a couple of interesting zombies updates, but that is, like I said, pretty much the final major update for zombies for this entire year. I wouldn't really expect much going into Season 6. We then shift over into Warzone, and as we get into this portion of the conversation in the remainder of the video, Quick reminder, if you are new to the channel, or maybe you just simply have not subscribed yet, we should change that. Every single day, I got you covered with news, updates, patch notes, meta breakdowns. Everything going on in COD is right here, so feel free to hit that subscribe button and turn on those post notifications. And if you enjoy this video, do me a favor, drop a like on it. It is always really appreciated. Anyway, as far as the Warzone specific updates go, here we do have a new mode coming with the mid-season update, and that is Supreme Resurgence. So not necessarily a new mode, but it's new to this season, sort of returning from the past. Supreme Resurgence, obviously we had as an LTM a little bit earlier on this year, and this allows you to drop in basically with all of your custom guns, and everything on the ground for ground loot is like fully geared out weapons, like 4 or 5 attachment builds with fun camos on them. It's basically Plunder and Resurgence combined in a sense, with like extremely good loot. And if you end up winning a match of this, you get a brand new Spilled Beans camo, which is quite literally beans but on your weapon. Like they took beans in real life, took pictures of them, and then transitioned it into a camo for this mode. So an interesting one for sure. I'm not sure I'm personally gonna be rocking the beans camo, but it's there if you're a huge fan of beans for whatever reason. We're also going to see a couple of new in-game features. So elite contracts is going to be one of those. Basically, it's just contracts with shortened timers, so you have to do them faster, but you get better rewards. So this can be like scavengers, bounties, all sorts of stuff like that. And if you end up completing these, you get an elite reward crate, which has things like the Foresight streak in it, 8 attachment, redacted weapons, specialist, and advanced UAV, stuff like that, basically to give you better loot for completing a quote-unquote more difficult contract. But I mean, let's be honest, looting a scavenger is so easy. It should not take, you know, the full time to do that. So these won't be too difficult. The hardest ones will probably be bounties, and that's entirely dependent on how good your bounty actually is. Like if they're a skilled player, maybe it's more frustrating. They could be just, you know, a generally average player, and you wipe them out pretty easy and you get some solid rewards for that. We've also got the Recon Flyover event, and this is actually going to end up replacing the occupation scan on Rebirth, where a bunch of planes fly in, and if you're in the general vicinity of their radar, you're going to show up on the UAV as an advanced UAV ping, and you'll stay like that until you get out of that zone or the planes end up flying over the map. So basically an event that forces you to move and kind of promotes a bit more action midway through a match. We then get into our more universal content, so this will be unlockable and usable in multiplayer, zombies, and Warzone alike. And we've got 2 new weapons coming throughout the Season 5 Reloaded update. So the first one's going to be the Spear. This is actually going to be available via the new Battle Pass sector, that sort of classified countdown sector. This will open up with Season 5 Reloaded. There will be a set of 4 challenges for the base sector, and then the max reward, or the high value reward for the sector, is obviously going to be the Spear. This will function as a melee weapon, but you can also throw this. It can impale up to 3 enemies with 1 throw if they line up accordingly. So has some pretty crazy potential for some fun clips, but at the end of the day, it's still going to be more of like a gimmicky weapon. And then we're also going to see a new weekly challenge update drop for the Torque 35 compound bow or crossbow like weapon, and this will end up being a one-shot headshot if you fully like draw it all the way back and shoot like the maximum power shot. You can though also like half draw it back and shoot shots off faster back to back to back as well, and sort of like rapid fire it. You can hip fire it in a sense too, so it'll be a bit more versatile as a bow. Technically, it's classified as a launcher, but you can kind of play around with it in various different styles that makes it much more versatile than the other generic launchers that we've got in the game. And then, of course, throughout the remainder of Season 5, we're going to continue to see new aftermarket parts and weekly challenges drop, so we'll have those on a semi-weekly basis, closing out the entire season, obviously, as we have throughout the other previous seasons as well. Also, something worth mentioning is that with Season 5 Reloaded, shortly thereafter, since this update's dropping on the 21st, we are heading right into Call of Duty Next just a week later, and then also the Black Ops 6 multiplayer beta weekends too. So while we've got a lot going on within Modern Warfare 3 and Warzone for Season 5 Reloaded, just after the update drops, only a week later or so, we are going to have a lot of Black Ops 6 involvement as well, going into the beta, actually getting our first hands-on with that game. And then throughout the remainder of the season, after the beta concludes, we could also see more in-game tie-ins with Black Ops 6, maybe some events, maybe some rewards, and other things to mess around with there. So certainly something to keep an eye out for. And of course, if any news surfaces with anything regarding that or anything else going on in COD, really, you guys already know I got you covered with the latest need-to-know info. So feel free to subscribe to stay up to date with all of that. And if you enjoyed this video, be sure to drop a like on your way out. But once again, thank you so much for tuning in. And until next time, take it easy, have an awesome rest of your day, and I'll catch you later. Peace out.